First, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who are teaching this truth and sincerity. And shout out to Akim that's out there pushing this truth as well out on the four quarters of the earth. And Brakatha to all of you. So, this lesson is just pretty much entitled, The Elect Are Still Within the Realms of Christianity. In other words, they, as Apostle Tahar has pulled up some videos, and other brothers have brought videos, I'm seeing it with my own eyes, because you got to keep in mind, and this goes back to even me, you know, that a lot of these people that are being pulled up were people I used to listen to just right before I came out of Christianity, when I started learning this new song, when I started getting riffs of it, you know, when the Most High himself took over me. And I said, by the way, those are not the real Jews in the state of Israel today, that those are imposters, that the real Jews came over here on slave ships. You refer to them as black people. You know, and I even stated that the real Israelites were enslaved and are still in slavery today. I mean, I even said all that, you know, because the Spirit had taken over me, right? But I was still within Christianity. I was listening to a lot of those people, like Paul Bagley, Rick Wiles, True News, and of course the Prophecy Club. I was listening to a lot of people out of that as well, you know, because I knew things were happening. And these are people, they're still within Christianity, but are going against the grain, you know, by saying that Mystery Babylon, Babylon the Great, it is America, and there's 50 reasons why. You know, I've gone out on a limb. Even Rick Wiles' True News has gone out on a limb, even though he's still within the realms of Christianity. Because you got to remember, that's the old song. That was the one that they already knew. You know, because that's all we've been known. We've been told that the correct doctrine is Christianity all our lives, you know. So even within all that, but he's starting to say, and he said this himself, he says things are starting to line up and they're not matching what we told us. We better reread this again. And I've even used that saying from time to time. So, you know, he may be one of our elect that's still within Christianity. Because the elect obviously haven't been sealed. Because obviously we're still going out there, we're teaching. So the elect haven't been sealed yet. The elect are still out there. And a lot of them may be still stuck within the realms of Christianity. We know that this truth is hurting Esau. And so I had stated this also. You know, me being a confusion of faith, coming to the realization I'm a confusion of faith Hebrew Israelite, that you're going to still have a lot more like me that are out there. And that being said, well, grow up being taught that you're white, that you're Caucasian, that, you know, you're a Christian, you know, that Christians do this or that, but then you start reading the Bible for yourself and you're finding out it's differing with what you're being taught. Rick Wiles was coming to that conclusion. Now, you know, he's one of those that's gone against the grain on quite a few times, you know. He's like, wait a minute, if these were the real Jews of the Bible, then why are they pushing the mark of the beast? And these people within Christianity are different away from the actual doctrine of Christianity and actually looking outside it and saying things are not lining up to biblical prophecy, the prophecies that we've been taught. So we need to reread this again. And because of that, of course, they're looked at as outcasts and all that. Well, those may be our confusion of faith Israelites out there, and they haven't quite caught on to this song yet. So that's why we're still singing that song. Only the 144,000 are going to learn this song, but, you know, you got to realize, though, that, you know, our brothers are still caught in Christianity. A lot of the elect are still in it. I'm not talking about the wicked 2/3. I'm talking about the elect are still within it, and they just haven't woken up yet. They still haven't learned the song yet. You know, so that's why we're still out there teaching all that. Because all we're trying to do is seal the elect. And so, I believe a lot of them are in there, you know. Rick Wiles, Prophecy Club, people, you know, that have gone against Christianity, gone against what they've been taught. Find out the Bible is differing with everything they've been taught. I mean, that's what happened to me. And that's why I say that quite often. where the word of Yahweh about Hashem Yahushai differs with everything we've been taught. We've been taught a lot of lies. And so, you never know. But I have a strong feeling about it because it's definitely caught the attention of Apostle Tahar, especially, this leader of the Prophecy Club, And I've listened to him on many times. I believe his name is Mike or something like that. Anyhow, he's had many guests on the Prophecy Club. These are people within the realms of Christianity, but yet have gone against the grain. Have gone against, these are people that are teaching prophetic things that are going to happen. Have had dreams and visions, Like there was one that, I saw the tribulation. He's seen the people, marching into FEMA camps. He had seen quite a lot happening, but he's still within Christianity, but yet at the same time, he dreamed this as a kid. He had seen, those things that you would learn later about in Desert Storm, but he's seen them as a kid. And he's seen them, seeing soldiers coming out of those things and rounding people up, and yet we've seen this come to pass, and he even saw himself getting beheaded. So that's all pretty real, and the guillotines being instituted, martial law. So what I'm saying though is that our elect may still possibly be within that, still in Christianity, haven't learned the new song yet, but are now beginning to question. So that's why we hit things as hard as we do. That's the main reason to go out and push this, because we're camouflaged. We're camouflaged big time. That's what a confusion of face is. Camouflage. We look like the other nations, but yet at the same time, we are Hebrew Israelites. They can't kill us all. And only the elect are going to learn this song. So, yeah, I'd say there's a lot of people within there that, just hadn't caught the other chords yet, haven't learned those chords yet. Such as the fact that, what his real name is, the fact that he is a Hebrew Israelite, the fact that those Zionists over there that call themselves Jews are not the real Jews. So they're in search of, who are the real Israelites? So they just haven't caught on to that yet. Because that's very similar to where I was, That being said, like everything else, yesterday, as I went out on the streets to teach, I'd noticed that before that I had uploaded a video, and it wasn't because of the content, because I shared the content that was within that video, which was on the End Revelation Times channel, but because I said the key word Syria against Syria and other nations, that false flags is their weapons against Syria and other nations, that's why they try to say that it was hate speech. And to hate something means you don't like it, Well, and I said in my defense, many had spoken against the war in Iraq. They didn't like the war in Iraq, so why am I being tagged for this? And it's just because they don't like this testimony, and they don't like anybody speaking against their propaganda bullshit news, because they try to do the same thing to Bashar al-Assad as they did to Saddam Hussein, and saying that he's using weapons to get his own people, that Bashar al-Assad must be overthrown. They'd like to overthrow Bashar al-Assad, but they have to find a false flag to do it. So, the content's still within that video, just titled something else. So I just simply renamed the two videos, because I split it apart just in case, and I called it Exposing False Flags, Esau Edom, for the devil he is. And it's in two parts. So, when they do that, I'll just spread it out like wildfire, shred papers, and I always tell everyone, just do like I do. Reshare, re-download, reply, and that's how we keep on hurting Esau as we make it stronger and stronger. Spreading it like wildfire, because I'm here to say that our elect are still within these areas there, and they just haven't learned the song yet. So, I want to say shalom and brakatah to all you out there. Keep pushing forward. We haven't much time left.